I'm Miriam Hahn with Chowhound, and welcome to the series You're Doing It All Wrong, where we take basic recipes that you might be doing wrong, show you how to do them right. Today I'm going to show you the right way to make a baked potato. To start, the ingredients that we'll need are russet potato, some avocado oil, I'm using some coarse salt, I'm using pink Himalayan salt, and some black pepper. So our first step in making a baked potato is to preheat the oven. We're going to use a temperature of 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think a common mistake people do is use too low of temperature, which means your potato is going to take that much longer to bake and it will dry out in that extra time. So 400 degrees Fahrenheit is a good temperature. Also, if you have a convection setting on your oven, you want to use that because convection cooking uses a hot air fan circulation, so everything cooks a little more evenly and even a little bit faster. There's a lot of varieties of potatoes out there, but the basic russet potato is going to give us the best baked potato. Other potatoes like a Yukon Gold or a red potato kind of have a waxy finish, the texture's different, and you won't get that fluffy inside texture that we get from a russet potato. To prep the potato, we're going to give it a good wash. So some people may just give it a light rinse, but that's not going to get all of the dirt off, and it may give you a gritty feeling on the skin when you're eating your finished potato. So we're going to take a scrub brush and really scrub the potato on all sides. And when you're done washing it, you'll dry it with either a paper towel or a clean dish towel. Just make sure it's good and dry. So now that our potato is clean and dry, we're just going to poke it in several spots so that the steam can escape while it's cooking. And I think a common mistake people make is just give it a couple pokes on the top and call it good. But we're going to actually poke it 8 to 10 times around the whole circumference of the potato so that as it's cooking, the steam is releasing evenly, so all areas of the potato are going to evenly cook. Another common mistake is not seasoning the potato before it gets in the oven. So we want a really flavorful skin. So to do that, we're going to add some avocado oil and salt and pepper. So I'm just going to start by putting some avocado oil in a little dish and using a silicone brush to brush on the oil, which will also help our salt and pepper stick. Now I'm using avocado oil because it has a high smoke point. And since we're cooking at 400, I don't want the oil to break down. I want it to remain consistent. And then we'll just take some salt and pepper and season it. And this will give this skin a really great taste when we're enjoying our potato. So now our potato is ready to go into the oven. So some people feel inclined to wrap it in aluminum foil before it goes in the oven, but that will prevent our skin from getting crispy. So we're just gonna put it as is directly on the oven rack. And I like to use the middle position, and we'll just put it right on the rack and set our timer to 45 minutes to check it. If it's a really large potato, it might take a little longer, but we'll check it at 45 minutes. Now that our potato's been cooking for 45 minutes, we'll take it out and just see if it's done. I'm gonna grab it with tongs and have a pot holder handy, and we'll just poke a fork in, and you can see it comes out really easily. So this potato is perfectly cooked. Okay, now I have sliced it open. It is steamy hot, and I'm gonna fluff it with a fork. You can add any kind of toppings that you like. I'm just gonna add some butter and chives to keep it simple. And the butter is melting perfectly. And add some chives. And there you have it, the perfectly baked potato. Just a quick tip on making the potatoes ahead of time. So if you want to make your potatoes in the morning, let's say if you're going to be serving them for dinner that night and you want to keep them warm, you can of course put them in a warming drawer and they'll stay nice and toasty until you're ready to serve. But if you don't have a warming drawer, you can just put them in your slow cooker. Just put them in, put the lid on, and set the slow cooker to warm, and they'll be perfectly ready for you when you're ready to have dinner. If you want to meal prep the baked potatoes so you have them throughout the week, what I suggest you do is when they come out of the oven, let them cool a little bit and then wrap them in some aluminum foil and put them in an airtight container And then you'll just stick this in your fridge till you're ready to use. And then to reheat them, you want to take them out of the foil like we did originally, just put them right on the rack. And cook them at 350 for about 20 minutes and they'll warm back up and the skin will get nice and crispy. Thanks so much for joining me for You're Doing It All Wrong.